Hello everyone, I'm Kim and welcome to my sewing room. I hope you're all having a fantastic week and have managed to get some sewing done. I have had a better week than I did last week. My dog's dinner of a flounce dress last week was a total failure, and if you've seen my last video you will know that the lemon fruit fabric just did not work with my skin tone, so I have completely abandoned the idea of making the flounce dress in that fabric. Through no fault of the flounce dress, the flounce pattern and instructions, nothing wrong with those at all. It was just me, after making 3 toiles and then for some reason I just kept on tweaking the pattern, that I totally messed it up. So I have abandoned that, and that is sitting in the corner of my room. I have decided to repurpose the fabric and make my daughter a shirt. So I've done a few measurements and I have ordered some more of that fabric because there's still plenty of it available online. So I've ordered more of that, so I hopefully when that comes through soon I'll be able to finish that shirt for her, and that fabric won't be wasted, it will be used. So moving swiftly on to this week. This week has definitely been more successful. So I wanted to stay with making a dress because the weather has been absolutely amazing, but that was last week. But this week it has been raining and it's been cold, but I haven't been put off by that. I've decided that I wanted to make a dress. So usually after making something that hasn't worked out as well, I usually revert to either making my 1536 or my 5526 shirt. They are favourite shirts of mine, and I've got the fit just right with those shirts, and I will always go back and make those on and off throughout doing my sewing projects. But I just decided that I wanted to keep persevering with making a dress because the weather here has been so nice. Not so nice this week because it has been raining, but the weather has been so nice, and I thought it's obviously trying to be nice, and I just feel I wanted to persevere with making a dress. So I had a look at my patterns that I already have in my stash, and I couldn't find one that inspired me. And after making the Tilly and the Buttons Marnie blouse and really enjoying the experience with the detailed instructions and pattern, I thought I would go and have a look at some patterns by her and other indie companies. And I came across Pattern Emporium, and I do actually have some of her patterns already in my pattern stash, but have not made any of them up. But on her site I did find a shirt dress, so I thought it was a great option to go with because it gave me the usual style that I like. So I like the shirt effect, and this shirt dress was just a shirt top with tiers attached. And I found by looking at lots of her patterns, she has lots of choices. So there were lots of choices of how you wanted the bodice to look, what sleeve effect you wanted, and how many tiers you wanted to address. So I decided on a half bodice, 3/4 length sleeve, and a 2-tier effect to the skirt part of the dress. So I ordered the pattern and that went off for printing. So whilst I was waiting for that to come back, because I don't do home printing. I used to, but there are a lot of pages to this pattern, so I decided to send it off. So I sent it off to CLC Printing, and whilst I was waiting for that to come back, I thought I would have a little look in my fabric stash. So as you know, if you follow me, I have my fabric index box. So here she is here. So I went online to see how much fabric I would need for my size and this particular, and all the design features that I wanted in this dress, and it worked out between 3 and 3.5 meters. Now that is quite a lot of meterage, and I don't really have that many pieces of fabric that are in my my 3.5 meter section, but there was one piece of fabric, and it is this piece here. Now this fabric swatch is it came from a mystery bag, and I think the mystery bag, I bought it back in May 2020, and I think it cost me £10, and I couldn't believe it when it arrived, and there was 3.5 meters of this fabric. Now this is Woven Crepe. It is 100% polyester. It does have a bit of static to it, which I'll explain later what I'm going to do with the dress to stop that build up of static. But I had my fabric, so I had my pattern and I had my fabric. Usually when I buy any new pattern, I will always trace from it. So I knew that when the pattern came in, I would still trace from it, and I would also do muslin toiles. So, and that's what I anticipated. And you would have thought after last week and making the flounce dress and the toiles that I made for that dress, what's the point, because I didn't take any notice of them at all. But I was determined this week to do my muslin toiles and just stick to them. So I have filmed them for you, and you'll see those in a minute. But I got the paper pattern printed, and it came back, and I also ordered with it a booklet. I don't normally order the booklet, I do usually print that off, but her patterns are her instruction books are really quite involved. They include every single part of the structure, depending on which style you go for. So it does include everything, so it's quite detailed. So obviously after getting this back, I headed straight to the sizing page. Now this is her sizing page, and I was really pleased with this page, because you can see here she takes her measurements from the upper bust measurement. So this dress is based on the upper bust measurement, which is really good for me, because I believe that the upper bust measurement gives you a better fit in the shoulder and the sleeves, and then if you need to make it bigger, you can then do a full bust adjustment, which is exactly what she advises. So going by this measurement, I could either have made a 16 or an 18, so I aired on the safer side and went for a size 18. So, and I made my first toile. Now her dress sizes also come in 2 different lengths. They come in a regular length and a tall length. I'm actually 5'7", so don't know why I made my first muslin toile as a regular size 18. The second toile I made was also a size 18, but it was a tall measurement, so it was a little bit longer in the bodice, and I also did a full bust adjustment with it, but a very small one. So you will see when I stand up and show you the dress, there is a dart in it, and this pattern, if you don't do a full bust adjustment, it does not have a dart in it, but because I've made that adjustment, it does. So I'm going to put those videos in so that you can see them, and then I'll stand up and show you my dress. So here you can see the first muslin. It's been cut to a size 18 with no alterations at all. and it's regular length. It does feel a little short in the bodice. It does feel a little tight around the back. And I think because of that tightness, it feels tight across, not so much tight, but snug across the bust. This is the second muslin. It's still been cut to a size 18, but it is Toile length. It feels better across the top half of the bodice all the way through the bust. It hangs better from the bust down. It also feels better on the back. There's no pull-in anywhere, so I have decided to go with this option. So after making the toiles, I was happy to actually start cutting out the fabric. So I've cut out the fabric to a size 18 in the Toile length. I also opted for the 2 long tiers, and that would give me a below the knee length, which I'm happy with because I don't like showing my knees off, and also the 3/4 length sleeve because that then hides the tops of my arms. So this whole pattern worked really well for me. So I'm going to stand up and show you what it looks like and just go through some of the details, but I'm also going to put a video in of me wearing it so you can see it full length. So apologise now if I lob the top of my head off, but I just want to show you the top part of this pattern. So to start with, you do have this nice sort of shirt effect at the top, which is what I wanted. So I just move my hair out of the way. So you have this really nice shirt tops. You have this little feature here where the placket just juts out slightly. You don't do it up, but it's just, it lays open, which is how she recommends you wear it. So it lays open. It is a collar that is stitched directly onto the bodice, and I opted for the half placket. So the half placket finishes at the waistline, and then I have the 2 tiers. So I have the 2 tiers, 1 and 2, but you'll see those in the video that I'm going to put in at in a moment. And I have the 3/4 length sleeve, and I have these absolutely divine buttons which I had in my stash. So they're clear with a little diamante in the middle, so they're really pretty. I didn't do buttonholes because I could get it over my head, so I didn't do buttonholes. I just stitched those directly onto the dress. And I also pattern matched the front. I did pattern match the top, but you don't actually see that because the dress falls open. So it's just pattern matched slightly there. So I just had the extra fabric, so I did that. So I'm really, really pleased with how this worked out. You do have the options to put in pockets and ties would sort of cinch in the waist a bit more. But I treated this as a working toile and decided not to put the pockets in. And I would always put pockets in. So when I do come to make this dress again, and I will make it again because it is so nice, I think I will go down to a size 18. A size 16, sorry. The 16 still works for an upper bust measurement of 39, and I think I would get an even better fit on the shoulders. I would then still do a full bust adjustment, and I would probably just do it a fraction bit bigger to accommodate my bust, and I would make sure that it tapered into my waist more, because I think the original bust adjustment I did, I added an inch to the front of the bodice at the bottom, and I think I didn't really need that. So I just need to play around with that a bit more, and I think I will have a perfect fit. But even so, this dress is really nice, and I have been wearing it and it feels really floaty. But because it is 100% polyester, and I do have a habit of not making my feet hot, so I'm creating a lot of static in it, I think I will have to make a cotton slip to wear under it, and I will do that eventually, but it has been a joy to wear. So I put a little video of it in so you can see me wearing that. So whilst you're watching that, I have been working on lots of things in my sewing room this week, but what I've decided to do is try to film them so that you see them in their entirety and I can discuss them more, rather than keep going off in different tangents. So my next video is quite exciting because I have been shopping for fabric, and I haven't shopped for fabric for quite a while, and some of it, well, all of it is beautiful, but some of it is just so dreamy, and I'm very excited to show that. So I think for today that is it. I hope you get some sewing in this week, and I hope the weather wherever you are is beautiful, and you get out there and enjoy. And I will see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.